Mental toughness can make or break your performance on race day and in training. In this video, we're diving into the proven secrets that elite triathletes use to push past their limits and stay strong when the going gets tough. Have you ever felt like giving up during a race, struggled to find motivation in training, or felt frustrated with an injury? These feelings are common for every triathlete. In today's video, we're looking at the mental challenges of triathlon and revealing some powerful strategies to boost your mental toughness so you can conquer any race, training session, or setback with confidence. Preparing for and competing in a triathlon can bring with it overwhelming pressure. Whether it's the fear of not finishing, the anxiety of race day, or the self-doubt that creeps in during tough training sessions, these mental challenges can be as daunting as the physical ones. I've spoken to plenty of triathletes who've trained for months only to be paralysed by nerves on race day. And despite being physically prepared, they struggled to perform at their big event because their mind was filled with fear and doubt. There's no easy solution to this. The one thing I know that's helped me and hundreds of athletes is to start by normalising these feelings. Understand that it's totally normal to feel this way. Most of the other people in the race will be feeling similar levels of tension, even if they don't show it. Nerves are part and parcel of entering events. They're a sign that it's important to you and that you're motivated. You can also incorporate mental training into your routine, just like you do with physical training. One powerful tool is visualization. Picture yourself in the event and successfully completing each segment of the race. Do this multiple times and use it to focus on the things you can control. Over time, this practice will build your confidence and reduce your pre-race anxiety. Another common trait is negative self-talk. Many athletes unknowingly sabotage themselves with thoughts like, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this," or even, "I should have trained harder." This mindset can significantly hinder your performance and motivation. Imagine a triathlete who constantly tells themselves that they're slow or that they'll never be able to compete with others. Over time, this negative self-talk erodes their confidence, as they wonder why they bother training if they're always slow. This can make training feel like a burden rather than a path to improvement. One solution is to cultivate positive self-talk to help build a strong mental foundation. So start by being mindful of your thoughts. When a negative thought arises, challenge it or consciously replace it with a positive one. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm too slow," ask yourself if this is really true, and then remind yourself, "I'm getting fitter and stronger every day." It might help to have a handful of mantras to use during training and racing, such as "I am strong" or "I can do this," to strengthen your mental resilience. It might sound surreal, but try it because it really works. Self-doubt and fear can be crippling, especially when the stakes are high. Many athletes struggle with the fear of failure or the belief that they aren't capable of achieving their goals. If you've trained hard but still experience race day doubts, you might start questioning your fitness, your preparation, and whether you can actually complete the race to the standards you think you should. This self-doubt can be overwhelming, and for some athletes it leads to anxiety and poor performance. If you notice this behaviour, one solution is to reframe your thinking. I like to look back at my training and focus on the progress made under the circumstances, which for me are parenting, work, and being almost 50. You should also break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and tackle them one at a time. For example, rather than saying you're going to conquer the swim in a certain time, simply give yourself the target of swimming at an intensity that feels like 7 out of 10 on the intensity scale. Doing this not only reduces the pressure, but also helps build confidence as you achieve each mini goal. The goal should be progress, not perfection. And by the way, if you're looking for more personalised guidance with your training, I offer budget-friendly training plans with direct coach support to help you reach your goals. A lack of motivation is a common problem, especially during long and grueling blocks of training. It's easy to lose enthusiasm, particularly when progress isn't as quick as you'd like. For example, think about the middle of a training season. The initial excitement about your next event has likely worn off, but race day feels like a long way away. Stuck in the middle, you find yourself dreading workouts, procrastinating, or even skipping sessions altogether, maybe thinking, "One missed workout, that won't matter too much." But one workout can soon become two, and before long you're missing out on vital training sessions. A solution I found that works well is to set short-term goals and mix up your training routine. So incorporating different types of workouts like interval training or cross-training helps keep things fresh and exciting. Using training partners or groups to train can also boost motivation through accountability. And even working with a coach or having a training plan designed around your goal will also help you keep on track. It's important to remind yourself why you started. Whether you want to do a triathlon to keep fit, challenge yourself, or show your children how important it is to be healthy. So keep these long-term goals in mind and use them as fuel to keep you committed. And if none of that works, you might just need a break from training to recharge your batteries. The adrenaline, the crowd, the anticipation, all of these can contribute to your anxiety and make race day nerves feel worse. Imagine being on the start line, your heart's racing and your mind is filled with what ifs. What if I can't finish? What if I make a mistake? What if I panic in the swim? These thoughts can consume you and lead to poor performance or failing to make it to the finish. One solution is to develop a pre-race routine that helps calm your nerves and keep you focused. This might include deep breathing exercises or meditation before the race to center yourself. Personally, I write down all my pre-race jobs on my phone along with the timings of when I want to do them. That includes things like putting the bottles on my bike or heading to the swim start. And that's because when I'm nervous, I tend to forget things or lose track of time, and that's why the list is so useful. It's part of my routine. Then, during the race itself, break everything into segments and focus only on the task at hand. Stay in the moment and avoid getting overwhelmed by the entire race. During tough workouts or races, the urge to cut a session or race short can be strong. Fatigue, pain, and negative thoughts about failure all contribute to this, and many athletes struggle with pushing through. I'm sure you've experienced your body screaming at you to stop. You're so close to the finish, but every step feels like a monumental effort and quitting seems like the easier option. A solution is to break the challenge into small and manageable parts. Maybe you'll treat yourself with a short walk at the aid station and have a gel and a drink. These little moments can save your day and the way you feel. It's also worth using some positive imagery. When you're struggling, visualize yourself crossing the finish line or hugging your loved ones. You could also think back to a previous time when you overcame a tough situation. And finally, it's important to remind yourself of your why. Think about why you're doing this in the first place to provide a mental shift that can give you the strength to keep going when your body wants to quit. A poor training session or a disappointing race can be demoralizing. Plenty of athletes struggle to move past these setbacks and they let them negatively impact their future. If you don't finish an event or a training session, or even if you missed your target time in a race, treat it as a learning experience. Dwelling on the negative setbacks and questioning your ability can cause you to lose motivation for future events, and we definitely don't want that. So instead, try to view setbacks as opportunities for growth. You can do this by reflecting on what went wrong and creating a solution. Perhaps adjusting your training, nutrition, or pacing strategy could make the next time more successful. Use any setbacks as a stepping stone to future success. Building mental strength isn't something that happens quickly and certainly won't be solved from this one video. It requires consistent practice. So like a good training plan helps you get fitter, working on your mental strength can be improved with practice. So here are 3 things that can help you as you look to build more mental resilience. One effective exercise is journaling. You can write down your thoughts, goals, and progress regularly. You can keep a diary, or I have a number of athletes who write their training and racing experiences into the training diary on Training Peaks. This helps you stay focused, reflect positively, and provides a record of how far you've come. Another exercise is mental rehearsal. Before you do any races or tough workouts, spend a few minutes visualizing yourself performing well. Imagine the sensations, emotions, and even potential obstacles and how you'll overcome them. And the last thing to try is setting process-orientated goals rather than outcome-based goals. With a process goal, you look at what you can control, like your effort, attitude, and execution. Instead of setting the goal of running 25 minutes in your next 5K, you'd aim to give it 100%, push hard to the finish, and enjoy the whole experience. If you're looking for more ways to improve your triathlon performance, I'd also recommend watching the video on screen now, or checking out our Beginner's Guide to Triathlon Training playlist for more tips and advice. And just so you know, my affordable training plans are trusted by over 25,000 athletes each year, and they include coach support to help you succeed, and the link is in the description below. If you found these mindset tips helpful, don't forget to hit the notifications bell and subscribe to my weekly videos. I'd also love it if you left a comment with your own mental toughness strategies.